Hello guys, Lego Gladiator here with my custom weapons and my custom army review. Of course, I'm going to start off with a barricade of some kind. This is what a soldier would hide behind, and pretty much this is a futurific Space Wars thing. It's not really Halo or anything. This is like my custom soldier's army and such. I do have a mix in my army. I do have a mix of Halo and other trooper types, so if you remember correctly, I'm probably just mixing Star Wars and Halo together kind of to make armies. Now my second, I thought I'd start off with some artillery before I start off with anything else. So here's my artillery piece. As you can see, there's a computer for the targeting system, and there's the cannon. Moves around. It's an anti-aircraft gun. Actually, I'm still working on it, of course. I might add some little armor plates on it and such, and show you a finished version. Might put some armor plating on it and such, but for now it's going to have to remain this way. Of course, I put stripes on it to kind of give it some yellow detail, like on the side shielding. Of course, there's a chair for a guy to sit down on, and this is actually fixed for a game board. I have like a huge game board which I use for playing with friends of mine and such. Now, of course, onto some flying vehicles. Now this is pretty much me using some battle droid. Has some I'll show you something. Flick firing missiles, the normal kind that go wow, whoa, but also the flick firing missiles which go like this. So you can see the whole bottom of it's weaponized. It even has some little machine guns on the front, cannons in the front. And of course it has a word police on the front as well. Let's go ahead and show you the cockpit, if I can get this out of here. Sorry if it takes too long. Maybe I should have fixed this a little. Sorry about that. It took me an hour, so it seems like it takes me a few minutes. I used the same, as you can see, I used the same computer piece, same type of computer piece, because I had two of them in the cockpit. Also made it like it was padded in the cockpit. But it looks like the glass doesn't really need the extra armor plating on the top, but I thought I'd add, because the idea is it's armored to fight in, but it's deep space and combat. It can be on either side, villain or hero. And of course, I haven't made any opposing forces for my army to fight, so for now they're actually stuck fighting in the battlefield with, and of course, my upgraded tank. My upgraded all-terrain prison tank. Has a cell in the inside which is very complex to open the top of this thing. So I won't be opening the top of this thing today. As you can see, I used some of the parts from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lineup. It's got cannons on the front, which these pieces aren't used in Lego very often now. Little grating right here, along with a little. I'm going to be adding an extra cannon to it to give it some extra detail. Either way, though, as you can see, there's little holes for the soldiers to stick their guns out and fire. Either way, it's got some extra protection. As you can see in the back, it's got wheels at the bottom. As you can see, I used a lot of. There ain't that much. It's a pretty good design overall. I also put like a grating on the front. If you can see, it looks like a cage on the inside because that's this is a prison tank. This is for taking prisoners in the battlefield. These guys are fighting, and they're known for taking prisoners for interrogation purposes. Now on to the next vehicle. This is actually indeed based off Halo, and this is the only vehicle that I think matches the Warthog I have. As you can see, it's actually a scaled down version of my original Warthog. It's a little smaller, but it's a lot better than the original. I even have a little gun. Machine gun. A thing for pulling the tank out of the mud, and of course if you look inside you'll see it's got more it has some communications inside of it. I did a lot of detail on this one. This is the first vehicle I've ever done that looks like the inside of a spaceship. Either way, it moves very nicely, and it does have some flick-firing missiles. I'm still trying to get used to the Lego missiles. Either way, you already know what half my figurines are that I use on this. This is just about any kind. And of course, if any of you were disappointed in how the missiles were, that's the problem. I'm thinking of, if I can get, I'm going to try to get a newer gun design. I might use, if I get any more of these pieces that actually fire, I'm going to go ahead and load that on there. This piece right here. This is not a disappointing piece. It's spring loaded, so it's going to go like right at the enemy. Problem is, that means I got to make the Warthog a lot bigger, and that's the reason why I didn't use it on this one. Didn't use on this thing. Because I don't want like a huge missile just hanging out. It's bad enough to have small missiles showing. Anyways, I might add some extra weapons to this thing to make it look a lot more terrifying of a weapon. Either way, I might even do a machine gun mount on this thing, so that it's like a machine gun position instead of just a barricade. Either way, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see these weapons show up in any of my future stop motions, or if you'd like to see me actually war game with these things. The problem is I'm going to have to get a friend to war game with me, which a lot of my friends are obsessed with using Star Wars vehicles and equipment, so I don't really know if these would go up against the Star Wars equipment. I do think the tank would stand a chance against a Star Wars weapon of some kind, but that's about it. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Comment and subscribe and share the video, and please thumbs it up.